Okay guys, we're back out here. I ordered new fender bolts for the top. Claimed they were for AMC, but I should have known better. You see the difference in the head size? This is like ½ inch, that's like 7/16. I'm assuming could be 10 millimeters. Question is, what's the washer size? So let's see what we got. Can you read it? Around 753. And this is around 745. So they're about the same size. I don't know. I don't know if I'm happy. This is basically what you'd be looking at. Is me bending down to get another one is what you'd be looking at. Guess that's not too bad. It's about the size of that one. I really want the bigger ones, not the smaller ones. So compare that to this. This is what I want. Much better. That's what I need to set up. Forget about all these cheap shit bolts. This covers the hole. You look, you can see a paper thickness in there. That's a lot more pleasing to the eye. These are what we're going to look for. So I'll hold on to these. What is nice about these is the bolt is much thinner. So because the bolt is much thinner, you have more movement of the fender, and you also have more movement of the speed nut if you need to get these fenders over without actually drilling anything. So we'll hold on to these. I forgot what they were. They weren't too expensive. So, okay guys, that's what we're starting with. That's what we got. Bored a hole in the top, 2 small holes here, and a bigger hole in the bottom, but you're not going to see it. And I'm going to slip the nut up from the bottom. I'm going to use this to hold it. Okay? Just hook it a little bit and give it a tack. Okay, we just need this nut to stay here so we could put the hook pins in. Okay, the pin is stainless. The nuts are regular steel, which I'll probably change the upper ones. And the lower one is steel. All the hardware on the hood was stainless except for the plates. Meanwhile, the whole thing says stainless. So we could just get this nut in the bottom. So, and I can't go any bigger on the hole in the radiator support. That's it, guys. So, okay. I mean, there's the other alternative. I'm drilling a hole in the front if it doesn't work. Welding it. Just keep putting a couple of tacks there. Then you grind it smooth. So we'll see either way. You're not going to see it when we're done. So, I guess there you go. Little final cleanup in there, but I think we're pretty close. That's a spot weld or something there from the factory. I don't know if the other side has it. That's not from me. That I could tell you. Yeah, that's a spot weld right across here, and the machine all. So we'll clean that up a little bit. But put the nut in from the bottom side. Put 2 nice little welds on there. Ground it. Finish it off a little prettier. Ground it again. So the purpose of those welds aren't to hold anything in. It's to keep the nut from falling out. I cleaned the top of the nut and the sides of the nut in case I wanted to plug welded to the front. Okay, all I did was snug it. I don't know if that's where it belongs, it doesn't belong. But if anybody that's ever done hood pins, at least the first set I did, when I was like 9 years old, the mistake I made was I drilled a hole here and tried to line it up there. The way to do it is to go there, lower it down, and put a mark on the bottom of the hood. That's the way to do it. Just like that would be. But down lower. The closer you are, the better. Okay, now the hole in here could be a little bigger than the hole in the tin plate. And nowadays, now that they have unibits, in the olden days, it was hard to get a big enough bit to usually fit in a drill, you know, at least back in the 70s. Now you can make a nice hole. And then when it's there, you could fit the plate to it. But this basically, you could do it a couple ways. Just put a little something there, and put a little ding, something. But that'll land right where the original snubbery things were. And like I said, we'll set it up with a little spring. You could put either a loose spring on here. You could put a piece of rubber hose that'll fit over here. I have to measure this. You put a piece of rubber hose on there, so when you close it, it just touches the rubber hose. You can push it down just a hair, get your thing in there, and that'll align your hood. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. But basically, now this is going to be keeping the hood aligned. So I'm going to go below and let it come back, and then this should be flush. So with that, this latch will be set a tad bit on the loose side. Okay, so in reality it'll float in there, even though it'll still have the double catch. It'll make it easier on the cable. This will still have a cable inside. Keeps people from entering. I want to do this now because Junior's going to come back out here and resand this whole thing and get it ready. So I don't want to do this after. Especially when you start to scratch the front right there like I did. So, I could have did it this way. I could have made an L bracket coming off the front. That would have brought me out of, this area here and into like right here. So this gives me a big flat area to poke a hole through. Same over here. Obviously these marks aren't from me. They're from the last call that it was on. I did check it. Seems like here's a perfect spot for them too, until you get down here. This is nice. It's all boxed in. This has holes in it, but this is very thin. It's only like here, so you can't get a nut up in it. Then when you get to here, you can't get into it anymore. There's no way of fishing a nut in it. I thought about putting a hole in the back and slipping it through, but this is definitely the neatest way, is up from underneath. So, and this does not stick out the bottom. It's up about that much. So just remember, I used this. I put the green tape around it, threaded it till it was tight. Then I welded those two and screwed it off. Just make sure you cover up your bolt. So if you're not repainting, you can cover it with oil to keep everything from sticking. But in my case, I just used the tape. So let's get the other side done. I shot some primer on everything, so I've been wanting to get this done for a while. So let's get this done. Okay, there's some kind of nutsert here. Okay, I'm looking just to get the nut out. So basically what I did was I just used a really cheap screwdriver. I don't know, frame. Yeah, that's a frame. And I just gave it a quick. And then went the nuts out. Gone goodbye. Now at this point, I am gonna take this and I'm gonna drill through the bottom. Now the goal is to get these two as close as we can to each other, but pretty much the tin on the bottom is gonna dictate this. So we'll try and get it close. We'll probably be within, hopefully 1/8 of an inch of each other. Let's hope. So now I'm gonna get my bit that I had somewhere here, whatever size this is. Well, first I'm going to open this with the unibit, make it round. I'm going to go through the bottom, so I have my reference hole. Then I'm going to make the top hole to what I want. Then I'm going to go up to the bottom with the unibit and open it right up. So we went pretty far. One more. It's not quite round. Now let's transfer it to the bottom. I I said, I don't know what size this is. Make sure that nutsert is gone. Yeah, I think the nutsert's gone. The nutsert, well, something fell out the bottom. Okay, now we're done with that. Now I'm going to make this top hole the size of the hood pin, which I forgot. There you go. Now, if I lay the nut like this, flat to the edge, I'll actually bring it to the point. We should land somewhere around there. The point is, here's the front edge, so the point is near the curve where it rounds. The point is right near the edge where it curves. So we should land in the same exact spot, on the same exact angle, on the same exact everything when we're done. Now, I gotta drill that bottom hole with this tool caught in the way. Sucks. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep you guys on camera. Basically, I'm gonna slip it up. I'm gonna need 2 hands to do it. Now what's up? Now I can't get to the side, I can leave it. Now I'm gonna wrap some tape around that. Okay, finally some good news in the day from Ruben. I won't say what it is, but we got that. We gave up on the tack welding deal. We just bolted it through. I did put a hole in the front of this one to weld it and gave up. Gave up on these two. When I welded, I don't even know where it is. When I welded it to the side of that. Stainless steel, melted it. Cheap shit stainless steel, I can tell you that. So, that one's in. Hole is made. Did the best I could. The hood's not flat here. It's got different shapes to it. We got to go in there and get the lip off. Is what we got to do on this side. There's a lip. So instead of it being a round hole, it's like folded and all weird looking. And this side's higher than that side, but we'll get it. We'll make it look nice. This side we didn't do because I don't have the pin in there. Basically, it's a nut and bolt situation. Reach up from underneath, hold the nut. And with a little hole drilled here, I could hold it. If I have any issues with this one, I'll drill the same hole. I might just drill it anyway to match it. You just go in there and hold it. As long as the stuff is clean. And that's it. So, made the holes nice and big for some adjustment. Still not quite touching the side, even though it's close. I just put the pieces back that fit over here. You know, they're pretty massive. Since the way the hood is shaped and the hood pins, we're probably going to put the pins sideways. I actually don't like those pins. I like the other pins that you push and fling over, but we'll see. I really don't care. They're obviously not adjusted. So, yeah. So that's it for tonight. Now I got to go online and see who carries that. It's a Spectre hood pin. I said last time I got AutoZone, I got these, and I think Pep Boys. I'm going to say 9-10 years ago. So I'm hoping they still make them. And the only reason is I ain't worried about the size. The size is universal. Make sure they're all the same thread. Now they got the nut welded in. I am disappointed that these are stainless, the pins are stainless, and the rings are chrome, because the rings are just going to rust. Can see what I could do about finding complete stainless stuff. So I don't know how bad the things will rust, but they'll rust. You know they're going to rust. Junior's rear end cover rusted solid. That's coming back off. We're not even dealing with that ever again. We're going to polish up an aluminum one and put it on there. Call it good. Let it dull out in time. Yeah, I wanted to finish this tonight, but I really don't want to drill this hole in case something goes awry. I only have one hole to fix.